Hello, and welcome back to Drawn to Me. And today I have a new topic that I would like to talk about. And this one was kind of not prepared, but I've made some pointers, and that's it's kind of like the perfect word for what I'm talking about or what I plan to talk about, and that is pointers. So just remember that by the end of the video. The topic of this is blaming others. Okay, blaming others. Now, I find to believe that blaming others has its effects. So the effects of blaming others can go a little bit deep depending on what the situation is. Okay. Um, Now, blaming others could be hurtful and hard for them to deal with. Now, we all make mistakes. We all do things that are wrong or not quite adding up. The point of the matter is facing those things and dealing with them, okay? Once you're able to face them and deal with them, however you have to do it, which could be a process, um, then you won't be so quick to blame others. All right. Um, the next thing is that the person that's being blamed can be embarrassed. Okay, so whether whatever you're saying about them is true or false, it tends to embarrass them. Now, you can blame others and hurt them, but you can blame them just to take the look off of you. So that hurts. Okay, and it's disturbing, and it also can make people angry. Okay, so the next thing is that people think that something's wrong with you instead, or maybe it's just you, they say. So when you blame others, they'll tend to say, maybe it's just you. Okay, so there are some cases where people may be the blame for some things that maybe you are dealing with or going through or having to face. It may very well be that it is them that has caused you to have to, deal with certain things. But the point of the matter is that it's only so many blames that people can take from you or from anyone, not just you per se, but just a person in general. So it could be very difficult, especially if this person is already having a difficult time. So my point of being here is to help you to learn how to deal with it, whether it is someone's fault that you're blaming them or not, because people are, handling things that they have to handle, and so therefore when you come along and then blame them, you might not be the only one. There could be 5 other people or 100 other people blaming them for something. It's a part of things that happen in the world. I'm not saying everything will go perfect. I'm not telling you that you won't have to be able to blame someone. I'm just telling you here the things that can happen as a result of blaming others. So don't feel bad because they pointed right back at you. Okay, so if I'm in a group and I'm talking to people, the first thing I'll tell them is don't be so quick to point at people. When I was growing up, they told us that pointing was wrong. I'm not saying about blaming, but just pointing, just being so quick to point at people, you know, um, it is rude because they don't know, first of all, why you're pointing at them. and things like that. So I want to hear your comments and feelings about this. I want to hear, are you the person that's being blamed for things, or is someone, or are you blaming someone else for something that has happened with you? Because this can be difficult for you also. So everyone dealing with these things, it can be very hard because sometimes you don't think that people will go to the certain extent that they do in blaming you, even if it is your fault. How far they will go, how many words they will say, how many times they will repeat back and forth that, yes, it is you, it's you, it's you, it's you. I want to hear some comments. I want to know, what are you thinking about this? How is this making you feel? Especially if you're being the one that's on the blame. How can someone help you to get these blames off of you? Or how can you move past it once it's already been out, put out there in the public for others to hear and things like that? I would like to hear from you. You can send me a message through the contact us page. Um, I want to hear what you're feeling, and maybe we can get it back posted so that the comments can be on the page to help others. So if you're having this problem and you want to help others, and you say, hey, I don't like being blamed, I don't like the blame game, I wish that people could be a little bit more light about the situation, knowing that people are just not so perfect. And if that's you and you're feeling this way, I want you to be able to send me a message, because at this time there's no phone number or any way that you can um, reach us to speak about it. But of course, you can go on to the videos and comment there. And this might help people, because the most that I would want you to do is to have the best commenting that you do. Clean talk. I'm all about clean talking, no profanity, no cursing. I'm not saying that that you can't do that because you're an adult, but I'm just saying this is what is allowed on the comments page that I have. Okay, so um, I want you to just think about it just a little bit, and then hopefully we can come back on here and I'll be able to discuss more about blaming others. Now, one more thing um, is, when is it ever your fault? Now, this is the thing that people are going to bring to you when you blame someone else, because eventually everybody's going to realize that no one has been perfect. Everybody has been making decisions that are not quite so great, and they know this already. So once they're faced with hearing you say it repeatedly, and then someone else is coming to them saying it repeatedly, this can fall back into anger decisions on their part. They can get very hurtful about it and then angry. So the point is think about it really hard, just in case, because you want to know, is it ever your fault before putting the blame on someone else. Okay, I really thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this discussion, and I hope that it helps you somewhere, maybe in something what you're dealing with, or maybe and something that someone else that could be dealing with, someone very close to you, or someone that's like an associate to you, and you just want to help them, and you want to help them face the blame, or face blaming others, because it can turn into different situations. So I want you to kind of remember that word. And I told you by the end of this video, that I wanted you to remember that word. And the word is pointer. Okay? The word is pointer. And I want you to remember pointing. No matter how old you are, let's keep that pointer kind of not pointed on everyone else so much, okay? Because it hurts when facing our mistakes, and everyone has made mistakes. And when facing these things, listen, it can be hurtful to say, hey, did I really do that? Okay, so I want to thank you for tuning in to Drawn to Me, and this is the subject that I wanted to talk about, and that is blaming others. Thank you.